And returning to the lineup, the former Oriole will bat ninth here. We talked about it just before the commercial break, CJ. He had some bumps in the road earlier.
Rogers pitches. He gets swing and miss with his four-seam fastball above this 40% whiff and 40% chase on his slider. There's only
for Rogers, who gets us started. And Drake Baldwin comes. Our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
And so it is the majority of the four-seam, but a lot of those have been pretty dominant.
Missing on the outside.
A little bit tight this year, actually. The only place he's really opened it up has been all more borderline pitches, balls.
Baldwin hit his 19th homer, and that matches the 19 that he hit from last year as a rookie. Bouncer to third, and Carson owns Strand throws.
Defensive issues here in Baltimore, and you can play this back knowing that right or in the dirt, Drake Baldwin.
On Strand, just his 5th game with the Orioles, so they're trying to.
So it's PCA for Pete Crow. That's a lengthy name.
It is the last. Simeon Woods Richardson, the pitcher currently in Major League Baseball. His is past him by 5. 0-2 here to Ozzie. Charging in, catching it, Cowser, 2 down. Here's Cowser to Veras in the outfield. An old friend behind home plate.
Yeah, they've had some issue catchers healthy, so Chadwick Tromp and Sam Huff right now are the catch. Rutschman, they have been through it a little bit.
Yeah, both. So they win in scramble mode. Manager Craig Albernaz, 43 years old, last 2 seasons as the. And Trevor here on this Friday night. Braves and the Birds go to the. And leading it off, Dylan Beavers and then Pete Alonso batting.
We mentioned how good he has been throwing the baseball his last 3 starts, plus a relief. But the good news is he's also got a little deeper in games, 5 innings in each.
Joey Bart behind home plate tonight. T-Mobile.
Atlanta has 2 challenges remaining.
Well, I mentioned you go balls more often than not. At right or in the dirt, Drake Baldwin.
By the way, with Hall of Fame week on Sunday, so these are the Braves hats with that Hall of Fame patch right there. This is an offense that
much better at home. A couple of guys not so much, but they've been a little bit better in this ballpark. Haven't.
This is the. We're working on getting you the score bug. Sorry that it's not us here. And it will stay that way as Beaver.
That cutter, right, to try to get guys off a fastball, and a 2-2 count's a good time to do it.
7th pitch of the at bat. And a little low. Grant Holmes first, and he deals a payoff pitch. Sharp grounder, Mateo knocked. And Beavers, who runs well at the top of the order.
Well, back to the cutter here for Grant Holmes. Not a lot of movement on this pitch location yet.
They are going to give it a hit.
Oh, there we go.
And Mateo, 263 starts over part where the game started.
He got a nice round of applause, but
he was very much beloved here. Pete Alonso, the longtime Met, now here in Baltimore. Mets with 21 homers and 66 RBI.
Now those old habits.
He goes chasing after that Holmes. He is down on strikes.
And this is what we're talking about, the strike zone. Also interesting here to see Pete Alonso.
Yeah, they're at that juncture where a lot of team looming. It is decision time here in Baltimore.
3 teams in deadline time here. They got some good pieces. I think that team's out of the bullpen. Another guy set to be a free agent. Those are 2 pieces.
2 balls in 1 and 5 this month, including a 7-game win streak to put themselves. Awaiting the 3-1 pitch. And he takes a strike.
Prospects graduate, they get to the big league. Some have done some pretty good things, and then there's been a little to be their core.
Runner takes off, struck him out. Do the Braves want to challenge?
On the tag, did he get it down? This
Atlanta's
is the
challenging
replay.
a safe call at second.
As long as
one here to start the road trip. Everybody was already headed for the dugout. The Braves have faced, he never beat the Braves, and he really struggled last year with, and now this is the second time he's faced the Braves in that order.
When the changeup is down, whether it's at the very bottom or below, very difficult to swing. Like that bottom third inside the strike zone is where you have a chance to do some damage.
Soft liner to Alonso, and Rogers has returned.
And so I think he approached that bottom half of the zone.
Trevor Rogers hit his 19th homer in that match. Who's going to take it? Henderson, the shortstop, sets the Braves down in order. GMC Field Report, down we go.
Thanks, Brandon. Well, Grant Holmes getting inside the zone. It feels like opponents have been more aggressive against that. And the good news for Grant is it plays in the strike zone. Take a look at that whiff rate.
Been an issue, not lately for Grant, but it tells you how good your stuff is, right? You know your pitchers are good enough to play.
They put Ward.
Yeah, just do that all the time.
Another new Oriole this season. He was coming off Sutton, get him for some pop, but only 7 home runs so far this year.
But again, not slugging the way they want him to.
And another guy, an impending free agent that could possibly out and right here tonight and making the catch. Defense with Dubon and Harris along with Eli White.
I think he's in there because you have the left-handed pitcher. You certainly like that opportunity. That would be nervous, and Mateo's provided some good moments for this team early on. A little bit more where you want him to be. Still waiting on Ronald and Sean Murphy to get back.
Ooh, look. There's Jimmy Baseball.
Hit on and lefty, something that's not straight.
Cowser, and he strikes him out, and it's with the slider.
Notice, see, I feel like Grant said that you just make a decision to make a change, but he even 5%, and then it was 11 and 10 these last couple. So now this little run that he is on, he's back to that same 5% games. I think that's part of the thing with some of the frustration of not being able to get their walk rate's going to be that high that I'm going to go to the bullpen and get a chance to win.
On that, right?
Yeah, because he got plenty of stuff, right? You're not worried about the stuff. He doesn't need to be a guy. And again, it looks like he has been back to that great form that we saw. A couple of these last 4 have been great.
Leody Tavera,
excellent defender, hits from both sides. Never hit maybe as consistently enough to year out type of player, but he can do some things.
Cutter is challenging the pitch.
Tried that cutter back door again. I'm not sure if it came all the way back door.
Oh my. We've got him up here behind us in the
poor kid.
Those are nice. I like the ones the Braves did better. Yeah. The jersey green here at Camden Yards at Oriole Park. That is the right side. White will have to go over and knock it and bring it. At first and third, Tavares up to third.
He had a home run last time he faced him last year, and we found out today. So there are just certain guys that you see well, and it also builds the confidence.
Last name. He does not. And the reason that is he tried it.
Bottom underneath the number might be better, just straight.
April after the Reds designated him for assignment. He went to AAA and then had to go on the injured list. He fouls it. 1, 2 outs, 2-2 pitch. He does go. Same thing.
When that slider might be coming. He's always had a pretty high chase rate. I think.
This one's crushed, and it's trouble. bouncing up, is moving again, so he'll score easily from first. And it's
8 fastballs here to Encarnacion Strand, and that time we saw fastballs in that entire at bat.
RBI double, and that'll bring up former Brave Chadwick Tromp. White will have to go over and knock it, and with Baltimore, and he's striking out against his old teammate. Very pleasant light breeze. And the Orioles with a 2-0 6 that he has faced. Now Eli White stands in.
That elevated fastball, very top of the zone, just tough to get to. Look at this.
Ooh, home run distance, but well fouled. In left field. If everyone remembers, that wall got moved, so they kind of put it in the middle of where it was and then where it was moved. Warning track power, and I for that left field fence here in Baltimore.
Yeah, you just get the awkwardness of the way that it kind of. But it also, you think about all the technology and everything else, walls in Citi Field, like it's a little out of time.
Yeah, well, hopefully from 7 to 13 feet. So I hate here, and I said, hey, before last season when they told you guys that they were moving that fence, couldn't wait to get that fence moved back in a bit. I'm sure the pitchers.
The line and into the corner, but then of course getting bigger.
The other way, heading for second, and he slides.
Weak contact against it. They tried to go back door. At least that's where our off of first base Pete Alonso was playing. That's just an excellent piece of hitting.
Now for Jorge Mateo, as he comes to the plate for the
hug that bag. And going back to the wall, they're going to have to overpay to make it happen, and this market isn't really built for that. So they tried to make did it the first time, but maybe have it right now.
First start since July 11th for the former. Shallow right. 2 down.
And you don't look.
And I think
The top of the zone, he can throw it in the zone and just above, so he gets the swing and miss. You start thinking it wasn't there. And he's finally gotten it back.
and a called challenge. So the double for Bart, but no damage.
Yeah, pretty cool. Certainly a big moment, obviously, for Braves country. And
top of the order. Foul exclusive interviews with Andrew from Cooperstown. Just exclusive coverage.
Goes into the Hall of Fame. You feel like it kind of closes the
through the 90s and early 2000s. You're right.
I mean, you're free to open up that book whenever you want and read about it and watch.
It's still one of the coolest things from that run in the 90s was watching Yankee Stadium in '96. What a pick! Well, there's the courage. Tremendous play at second base.
And a little tongue pretty hard, and watch this backhanded pick. You don't have time.
Just now, Pete Alonso, who struck on the track, reaching up, and he has it. So often, whether it's a Truist Parker on the road, and he does it.
He was up above the wall as far as the height goes. Yeah, I'm going to be close.
How great he was in center field. He did it differently than Michael Harris, playing fielder for the Atlanta Braves. Henderson also struck out back in the first. He fouls this away 1-1. Olsen will take this. Holmes covers, and a 1-2 from Grant Holmes' friends.
For Ozzie Albies, lots of baseball left for him. Handed pick, you don't have time.
First pitch, he's
the kick. It works as long as you get the foot down on time, which Ozzie easily does. And
in his 20s is dwindling. So enjoy it, Ozzie.
Rodgers, after that strikeout, he's now 1 for 17 against him with 1 hit. Love to see him find a way to be right. By the way, 0 for 21 against Garrett Cole with 14 strikes. Sometimes you don't see well. I know you know the numbers. How are you going to do me like that?
Trump gave him a little sly smile.
Gave Matt Olson a changeup there.
That was just the 7th ball.
Pretty badly, very similar to how Drake Baldwin struck out. Look at this. He was trying to use the sweeper down and away there and actually got away with a really bad mistake.
Big for Rodgers, certainly not for Olson. To Harris.
And it feels like there hasn't been on the corner.
That's the awkward swing.
And Michael saw it out of the hand, thought he had a chance. And feels like he tried that sweeper again, right? Even though it was a bad miss.
87 in July of 2026 has been good for this. And Rodgers the biggest part of that. Deep, and it gets past Beavers. Ozzie he's going to stop at third at the last second. Tommy Watkins.
You're going to get a fastball away at 95 miles an hour. It is on the left field, 107 there off the bat.
And for a guy in 5 starts, you take him when you can get him.
And when that you'll push a little bit harder. But again, he just did not see enough that he would.
Cowser has it, but as he backs up, Ozzie will.
A couple of hard hit balls now by the Braves, and that's a good pitch. That is a changeup.
Oh, thankfully that.
Wow.
Foul ball went over there and broke his jaw. He actually had 7 small. Another foul ball here by Riley.
Changeup you got to worry about as well at the bottom.
Up. Ground. What an at bat for Riley to tie this game. 2-2 here in the 4th.
Cut a little bit as opposed to fading away and staying down. You see it there.
And a brand new ball game, and now Drew Friend. Huge hit by Riley. Eli. Eli White pops to right. But the Braves get more. So Holmes, friendly sunlight. So you're looking at the highest chase percentage on breaking pitches, and Holmes is up there.
In the game, you're looking at both the slider and the curveball there for Brian Holmes, and they're heavy, but either way, he knows how to get with.
The middle part of the lineup. 1-2 here to Taylor Ward. Line drive, base hit on the slider for 2.
Wanted it to be, right? We talk about him putting this ball on the corner. This one.
Up back in 24. Hasn't been able to produce at that same level.
24 home runs that year, and the OPS was at 768.
Hooking and going foul. One scary strike, and now a 1-1 coming.
With Taylor Ward. For Cowser, his walk rate is up significantly. He has had, but the power has come down. Situation, you just want to bunt the ball hard to third base. But again, it's Wow.
Not bunting. He squares now and bunts it back towards us. This time. And Joey Bart fires.
Which is illegal. You're not supposed to run on the grass. If that ball hit him, they may have called it.
Two in scoring position. Infield in. Eli White over. He's got it. Ward will come home.
But it looks pretty annoying. It's not that hot tonight either.
No. It's like a perfect temperature. Riley bobbles, but able to recover. And that'll do it in the fourth. 3-2 Baltimore.
And Darnell Coles. And they discussed how a hitter actually has thrown in the tempo now that the pitch clock is in play. And what they mean by that is, well, for a guy like Taylor Rogers, as Joey Bart takes his time here, he wants to work.
Arrow with the New York Yankees gotten a little bit of trouble maybe for overdoing it.
This to left center field, but it is caught. Just missed a homer here in the fifth.
Like people, that's not easy to do right there, to look at your center fielder. BO, let's throw it down to Wiley. Be a good dad joke.
Is that still on the market? They're still doing that?
I think it's out there.
I think it's.
Oh, Mateo with an 0-2 count. Grounder deep in the hole. Henderson.
Great speed, and not only did he have something on it, but the accuracy as well there.
And when Henderson spots for Drake Baldwin. But to Wiley's point, Trevor Rogers.
The game moving, but yeah, there are certain pitchers that want to be in that groove and move still ways so you can slow that tempo down.
You don't have time.
You have a guy like Trevor Rogers, and thinking about the great defense, it becomes, if not more so, in a game like this.
Single that finds the center field grass.
Before it wasn't a great swing. Now this one a little bit more up in the zone, and probably bringing up things like, hey, you remember that time? It'll never happen again.
Left field, this one's going to go foul.
Just the fifth time, but he breaks it out at a good time.
A handful of strikeouts for the right-hander.
Pete for the game today, and it's a sight I don't think any Mets fans really want to. We're catching up and having a good time and a couple of laughs.
Al Schwarber, $150 million before he re-signed with the Phillies, and then
they don't need floaties.
That's right. With the 8, Eli White can't get it as he bangs up against the. No runner will score here.
White out there, you have to assume there's a chance he could get to it.
In depth right now for Atlanta.
It's right. You can play a step or two back if you don't have great speed, and it's still in.
I went.
You're certainly way ahead in the count.
The third, and Riley will throw across. That came off the bat. Permanente here on a gorgeous.
So a really interesting stat on him today. A baseball. Now it's led to a really high walk rate last year.
Yeah, I mean, to go from 31 of those here in this ballpark. Been a strange year. Outside.
Make some unnecessary adjustments to try to work on some part of their game that so knew he's probably going to lose some home runs playing in this ballpark. Probably still fair, a little bit more pitcher friendly, but big difference.
A 2-2 count here. 2 men on, 2 outs, and a 3. Inside 3-2. No action right now. Holmes is sitting on 5. Oh, Mateo throws across. What a pick to keep this game 3-2. Wow. Circle.
Jorge Mateo and Matty Olson combining to get it done.